Hello and good morning. I'm here and I'm continuing my video study guide for Houston Community College 308, and I'm going over some topics and key concepts that I believe are important to learn for passing this course, and you're more than welcome to study along with me. And now I've gone through several definitions for graphing linear equations, like what a coordinate is, our point, and our quadrants, and things like that. Now, generally we see a linear equation as the concept of y equals mx plus b. Now, a linear equation, it can be ordered in any way, and we solve for either variable to find our points. There are two coordinates, which will be a point on the line for the equation. So another important couple of definitions I'm going to share with you are what a y-intercept is and an x-intercept is, because most often we are going to have to solve for those two things, and that's basically where those 2 points are. Y-intercept and our x-intercept is where they cross through on those axes. So whatever, basically, when your y-intercept is going to cross through, remember this here is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. Now, as you'll see that our y-intercept is when the x-coordinate is 0. So we'll have 0 and then a number, because this number here, it falls on the y-axis here. And of course, if we're told to find the x-intercept, we will find our y-coordinate is 0, and of course our x-coordinate is going to be a digit, and it'll pass through here. So as you see, like if it's the rise is 0, then it's going to fall on this line, and it's going to be here. You have your run. Remember how I told you is run over rise? So our run, our horizontal movement here, is going to have a variable, a number, and our y coordinate here will be 0. Now that is how you find your x-intercept, and your y-intercept is going to be, remember, 0, and you're going to have a rise of a digit up or down vertically here. And basically, to solve that, it'll say solve for the y and the x-intercept, because we'll see an equation. Now, basically, how you do that, it's easier to create a chart where I put x on one side and y on the other. That way I can establish that, one side will be my x and the other side will be my y, and then I can basically go like that and get my coordinates and go ahead and graph them on my plane here. Now, to find the y-intercept, you are going to plug in 0 for the y, and leave the others be, and solve for the x. So that way you've already given one solving, and then you'll solve for the x, and then you'll come. Excuse me, I think I just went backwards. Yes. So if you're trying to find the x coordinate is 0, you're going to plug in 0 for your x and try to solve for the y. And if you're trying to find your x-intercept, your y-coordinate is 0, and so you plug 0 in for y and then solve for x. So I just hope I didn't confuse you by that, because I know the concept, but it went backwards. So yeah, you plug those in, and of course you see here where I plugged in the 0 here, which will mean this one will be my y-intercept, and then I put a 0 over here, and that means this will be my x-intercept. And then you can pick out another number, and you can either choose it for x or y and solve for one or the other, and it'll give you the other set of coordinates that you need to go ahead and be able to place a point on the plane to be able to find out if it'll make a complete line. So if you're going to solve for your y coordinate, x is going to be placed as 0, and you're going to solve for y. And now if you're going to do the x-intercept, the y coordinate is going to be 0, and you're going to solve for x.